Okay, let's unpack this. If you're involved in higher education, you definitely know that attracting top academic talent isn't just important, it's existential, really.
Absolutely. It's the core engine, isn't it? Drives research, shapes the next generation, boosts the institution's profile.
But actually finding and landing that world-class faculty in today's market, that's incredibly tough.
Oh, incredibly. It's a fiercely competitive global arena now. We've actually pulled together quite a bit on this, looking at sources like Times Higher Education, insights from groups like HERC, TPP Recruitment,
Hmm.
and also a deep dive into how technology, specifically AI, is shaking things up. There's this piece, Recruiting Top Academic Faculty with AI Technology, that has some interesting points.
Right. And our mission today is really to cut through all that information. We want to pull out the most important, maybe even the surprising strategies for you.
Yeah, the real nuggets. What are the proven methods institutions are actually using now to attract that top-tier academic talent?
Because the challenges, they're pretty significant, aren't they? That Times Higher Ed piece you mentioned really laid it out.
It did. You've got intense global competition. Candidate expectations are constantly shifting. There's the critical need for, you know, real DEI commitment in hiring.
Right. Diversity, equity, inclusion.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And just the sheer administrative load on search committees. It's a lot.
It really is. So, okay, given that whole landscape, how do you actually break through? Let's get into the strategies that seem to be working. First up, leveraging specialized academic job
Yeah,
platforms.
this is crucial. These aren't your generic job boards. They're designed, specifically for the academic world.
They understand the nuances, the language.
Exactly. The career paths, the global nature of it all.
And we looked at examples like academicjobs.com. It connects institutions with a huge network, right? Like
Yeah.
over 11,000 higher ed professionals globally.
That's the number mentioned, yeah.
Yeah.
But simply having a big database isn't isn't the whole story anymore.
No, definitely not.
The real differentiator seems to be the technology layer. Some of these platforms are integrating AI, artificial intelligence.
Okay, AI recruitment tech. So what does that actually do? How does it go beyond just, matching keywords on a CV?
Well, the sources suggest it's much more proactive. You post a job, and apparently that can be super quick on some platforms, like 30 seconds.
Wow.
And then the AI gets to work. There's this feature, sometimes called AI Candidate Connect. It doesn't just scan for keywords.
Okay.
It analyzes a candidate's entire profile, publications, citations, conference activity, even their professional network, to pinpoint top experts who'd be a great fit,
Even if they are actively job hunting.
especially if they aren't. It targets passive candidates. The people who are excelling in their current roles, probably in that elite 20% bracket, who aren't refreshing job boards.
Ah, so it's reaching the people you really want, but who are hardest to find.
Precisely. The AI instantly notifies these potential matches, showing them opportunities tailored to their specific expertise.
Hmm.
It apparently saves institutions weeks, maybe months, of manual searching.
That sounds transformative, like finding needles in multiple haystacks simultaneously.
Kind of, yeah. It's like a super smart academic matchmaker working 24/7.
And the testimonials mentioned in the sources seem to back that up. Recruiters saying it saved us weeks, calling it a job board on steroids. That makes sense, reaching those passive candidates directly.
And there are cost savings too, apparently. Up to 20% compared to some other boards, according to one source, likely due to that efficiency and better targeting.
Okay, so specialized platforms, AI boosting the reach, that's a powerful start.
Hmm.
But recruitment isn't just tech, right? Strategy, too, really emphasizes the human element, building relationships through faculty engagement.
Oh, absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Top academics, they aren't just looking for a salary. They want colleagues, collaborators, a stimulating environment.
Community.
Exactly. And involving your current faculty is often the key to showing them that community exists. It's often the deciding factor.
So how does bringing in current faculty make such a difference?
Well, think about it. When a candidate talks to someone doing the job, living the life at the institution, it creates a real connection, an emotional one.
Yeah, it's more believable than the official recruitment pitch.
Totally. They get the inside scoop on the culture, the research vibe, the teaching realities. It builds trust and enhances the institution's reputation organically. Word-of-mouth buzz, essentially.
So practically, how do you get faculty involved effectively?
First, you got to explain the why to them, how their participation really strengthens the department. Then encourage and help them share their stories.
Their research, their teaching moments.
Yes, showcase that stuff on the website, Social media, maybe even link faculty profiles or short videos directly from the job postings on places like academicjobs.com. Give candidates a real taste of who they'd be working with.
Humanize the whole process.
That's the goal. And host events, webinars, virtual coffee chats, Q&As, campus visits where candidates can actually interact, ask tough questions, and see if they click with potential colleagues.
That makes a lot of sense. And speaking of showcasing stories online and digital interaction, that flows right into strategy 3, embracing digital and social media. Academics are pretty digitally connected these days, aren't they?
Very much so. Platforms like LinkedIn are obviously huge, especially for established academics or leadership roles, but don't discount others, like X, formerly Twitter, which can be great for reaching early career researchers or joining discipline-specific chats.
Okay, so you need a presence. But how do you make it effective online? It's a noisy space.
It is. So you need targeted campaigns. Don't just post and pray. Share those openings across relevant professional networks, maybe using platform tools to help distribute them.
Uh-huh.
And be authentic. Share those faculty stories we talked about. Short videos work well. Testimonials. Show the life, the impact of your institution. Remember that Western Sydney University example?
Oh yeah, the graduate story that got nearly 3 million views. That was incredible.
Right. It shows the power of authentic storytelling online. It's not just about the job description. It's about the meaning behind the work.
And partnering with associations, too.
Definitely. Collaborating with professional bodies is key. And apparently, some AI tools, like the one on academicjobs.com, can automatically notify relevant associations when a job is posted. That really targets the reach.
Okay, strategy 4. This one feels increasingly central. Prioritizing diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. The sources are really clear that top talent cares deeply about this.
It's become a major factor, yeah. Many leading academics won't even consider an institution if they don't see a genuine, demonstrated commitment to DEI. They want an inclusive environment where everyone can thrive.
So it's not just a nice to have, it's essential for attracting the best.
Absolutely. And it requires intentional action, proactive outreach to underrepresented groups, partnering with specific associations, engaging with institutions serving diverse populations.
Like Hispanic serving institutions, for example.
Exactly. But outreach isn't enough. You have to look at your internal processes. Are they equitable, transparent?
How do you ensure that?
Things like structured interviews, using standardized rubrics, having clear evaluation criteria agreed upon beforehand. It's about minimizing unconscious bias in the decision-making.
Removing subjectivity where you can, being really deliberate.
Precisely. And you need to shout about your commitment. Highlight your DEI initiatives, your support structures, your affinity groups, put it on the website. And recruitment materials, definitely in the job postings themselves, signal that it's a core value, not an afterthought.
Makes sense. Okay, moving on to strategy 5. Streamlining the actual recruitment process. We've all heard the horror stories, right? Academic searches dragging on for months, even years.
And candidates just walk away. Top talent has options. A slow, clunky process sends a bad signal maybe that the institution is disorganized or doesn't value their time.
Yeah, it's frustrating for everyone involved.
It really is. And this is another place where tech, especially AI, can help again. Automating some of the initial screening, handling administrative tasks. It frees up the committee's time for the important stuff, engaging with the best candidates.
So speed helps, but it's more about responsiveness, isn't it?
Exactly. Timely communication is huge. Keep candidates in the loop, even if it's just to say we're still reviewing. Simplify the application itself complex. Multi-stage portals turn people off. Platforms that streamline this are a big plus.
And the due diligence part, background checks, references.
Needs to be thorough, obviously, but also efficient and respectful. You don't want to lose a great candidate at the final hurdle because the process felt invasive or just took too long.
Right. Okay, final strategy, number 6. Offering competitive incentives. It's not just about the salary anymore, is it?
Not at all. Tube academics are weighing the whole package. Yes, salary and benefits matter, but so does research support funding, labs, resources, opportunities for collaboration, maybe leadership roles down the line.
And work-life balance seems increasingly important too.
Hugely important. Is there support for that? What's the culture like? Is it supportive, inclusive? These are major considerations.
So institutions need to communicate that full value proposition.
Absolutely. Be explicit. Detail the research startup funds, the grant support, the potential for interdisciplinary work, professional development opportunities, any specific programs that support faculty well-being. Paint the full picture of why this is the place they can do their best work and have a good life.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, it feels like attracting top faculty today is this real blend. You need the AI-powered outreach from platforms like academicjobs.com to find that hidden talent.
The efficiency.
But you also need the human touch, the genuine connections built by current faculty, the authentic digital storytelling.
Yeah, and that commitment to DEI woven through everything, plus a smooth process and a compelling holistic offer.
It's that combination of high tech and high touch, isn't it? Being strategic, visible, authentic, and really showing you value these candidates.
That seems to be the winning formula in this landscape. It's about creating an environment where the best want to be.
Thinking about all this, the rise of AI, shifting candidate needs that does make you wonder, doesn't it? How might the very definition of a top academic change in the next 5, 10 years?
Mm, that's a fascinating question.
And what would that mean for how universities need to recruit them? Definitely something to think about.
A really critical point for anyone planning for the future of higher ed.
Well, if you're looking to really transform your faculty recruitment efforts and want to dig deeper into these kinds of strategies, you can actually find more higher ed recruitment podcasts and practical tips over at www.academicjobs.com.